I had to phone a bunch of children.
Why?
Oh, yeah.
Because they made the PWA team. So I'm like, yeah, I'll phone all the kids. Like, that's a good feed. Like, that's a good phone call
That's
to
a
get.
great feeling for them.
Dude, super fucking awkward.
Why?
Just like talking to an 11-year-old, 12-year-old on the phone is like weird.
What do you say? Hey, how you doing? You met
Yeah.
the A-team guy.
Pretty much, and then he'll be like, thanks.
And you're like,
Oh,
hey.
awesome, thanks.
And you're like, okay, see ya.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, okay, bye.
Yeah, and then he goes and fucking hugs his mom or his dad or whatever. Who cares?
I mean,
That's
yeah,
what you
what do
want.
expect?
I thought that's what you want.
Honestly, that's what I'm going to say if someone calls me right now and tells me I made a team. I'm like, sweet, thanks, that's awesome, bye. Like,
That's it, fucking right.
Maybe I just didn't.
fucking right.
No, I don't know.
What'd you expect? I want to hear what you expected them to say.
It's fucking party!
Bro, you hooked me up.
I'm gonna get
Thanks, dude.
fucked up
I'm
now.
bringing liquor to the dressing room.
Welcome to a frigid week on the 51st Parallel podcast here. Boys, it's been cold as shit all week in Calgary. How'd you survive?
I barely made it. Had to put like $200 into the old Jeep to keep her running.
Oh,
but
no.
hopefully we're good to go after this week.
Last week you said you were excited for summer, and I was like, okay, summer, it's so far away, who gives a fuck? But now I'm with you because I'm getting fucking pissed with this weather. It's fucking like minus 20 or something out there right now. It's March. It's the middle of March. Give me at least like 5, 7. No, this is unacceptable. And by April it should be in the 15s. So no, I'm fucking done with this.
The Battle of Alberta is once again alive and well. As we draw in closer to the NHL playoffs, the Oilers and the Flames are essentially neck and neck. Flames got 80 points, Oilers 79 points with 14 games left. Kyle, we're going to start off with the Flames. What do you see the rest of their season looking like?
By a little previous conversation, it sounds like you guys both think the Flames are locked into the playoffs. You guys think it's a no-brainer.
I think it'd be an amazing collapse and just insane if they didn't make the playoffs.
It is
at
a
this point.
no-brainer at this point, essentially.
Maybe a little bit of a no-brainer, but go over their winning streak. They've played one team in the playoffs. One team from the playoffs. One team that's just out.
2 teams from the playoffs. They beat the Montreal Canadiens. Although, to be
Sorry,
fair, they were
they did
sans
beat the
Carey
Canadiens.
Price. And without Carey Price, I honestly don't think the Montreal Canadiens are a playoff team.
Okay, in the remaining 14 games, they have the Penguins, the Capitals, the Ducks twice, the Sharks, the Kings, the Blues, the
They
Preds.
just played the Kings, and the Blues aren't, like, the Kings and the Blues aren't that scary.
It's not easy. I just don't think that you can lock dude, they're the Flames, man. You see how they started the year?
Well, I guess what we're saying by a lock is that it means if they don't make the playoffs, then there's somebody needs to be blamed if they don't make the playoffs.
At this point right now, they're in second in the Pacific. They have 80 points, and there's only around 14 games left, and LA has 72. That's the one team that, like, is, like, fighting for the ball. So that means that they would have to, like, be passed by Edmonton and St. Louis, who have 79 and 75. Like, Edmonton could pass them, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And Anaheim and LA. That's a lot of, like... if LA even beat them every single time, and then they would gain those points on them, then they would be even. So then that would mean Calgary would probably have to even then, like, go 500 the rest of the way. So, like, they'd probably have to go 3-11 to not make the playoffs, which would be 3-11.
I think 3-11.
Yeah, I'd say
To
like
not make the playoffs, yeah, they'd have to lose
4
quite a
and
few,
11.
yeah.
Yeah, probably that would be my guess.
Because I don't think LA is going to win out.
I
They're
guess
definitely not.
We're not going to
14
pull up
in a
any
row.
math. and
Well, okay, even
get
if
real
let's say
into these
no, it's
percentages.
actually it's simple. Let's say they win 3 games, their point total would be 86. LA has 14 games left. How many do you think they could win of it?
Maybe 7.
7, because they're at 72. So even if they won 7, that put them at 14. So even then, they'd be right at the exact same amount. They'd be at 86, and we'd be at 86. So like it'd be tight, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we'd have an epic collapse, and we'd still be like right on that. Like we could make it.
I just want to throw this out there, and I mean, I don't know if it's an exact science or not, but via sportsclubstats.com, apparently the Flames have a 94.7% chance of making the playoffs right now, as of today's date.
I would say that's probably pretty, like, seems like a rational number to me.
Yeah, it seems like an accurate number to me as well. I think that, and I think 94.7%, I think that's a lock.
Let me ask you, do you think it's a lock for the Oilers to make the playoffs? Because it'd be weird for me to say, I was going to say, if you were about to say they're a lock, I'd say they're almost both locks in my mind.
I'd say they are. I mean, Oilers actually have a 96.5% chance of making it.
I think we'll see once there's 4
Maybe
games.
they have an
Once there's
easier
4
schedule.
games
Yeah,
left,
easier schedule, yeah.
we'll see what actually happens.
Mm-hmm.
And because the Flames finish with back-to-back against Anaheim, and then San Jose is one of those as well. So if they're not already locked in, I don't see them making the playoffs. If they haven't clinched with 5 games remaining, I don't see them winning.
We could definitely win versus those teams at home. Like, it's not like we're definitely going to lose those games. And if we're not
in Anaheim,
clinching,
one's here.
like if we're not I honestly don't expect us to have it clinched before the last 5 games, but I still expect us to be like making it quite comfortable.
Hopefully, I fucking hope so.
In terms of the Oilers and the Flames, like, because I think there's a chance we could play each other in the playoffs
I'm praying for it. I really, really hope so.
in the first round, like 2-3 seeds.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you guys think would win? Who do you think is going on a deeper run?
I think it's tough because, I mean, both teams are going to have so much pressure on them with that Battle of Alberta magnifying glass on them.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be like no other playoff series they've ever played in their lives.
If the Flames play the Oilers, I think that'd be a great series. I think they could win that. It'd be a toss-up. If they play the Ducks, they're fucking losing. There's no shot on that. If they play the Sharks, I think they could beat the Sharks. And if we play Minnesota, I'm not afraid. I think we'd beat Minnesota as well. So, like, I wouldn't even mind if we fell to a lower wild card spot and played Minnesota. Or if we played the Sharks. I don't want to play the Ducks. And I'd obviously like to play the Oilers.
I think the Ducks are definitely the scariest ones out there for the Flames, but the Oilers, they've pretty much owned the Flames this season.
I
as
do
well.
agree, but that was like all those 4 games were a lot earlier in
Yeah.
the season. The Flames are a different team now, and the Oilers have like obviously they have like new players on the team who played in the playoffs, Lucic, etc. They've never been to the playoffs in a long time. Like it'll be the first time for all
At
these
least
guys.
the Flames core.
The Flames core has been there
Mhm.
recently,
together.
you know. So like that matters.
It is, and I mean, as an Oilers fan, that does scare me because the NHL is definitely a league where experience in the playoffs makes a big difference, especially since they're so long.
Yeah.
Let's just assume we're going to be optimistic here. Let's assume Oilers and Flames, they do make the playoffs. Maybe they're not going to play each other in the first round. Maybe they are. I don't know. But who makes it deeper? Kyle, who do you think makes the deeper playoff push this year?
Probably the Flames, just like based on experience. But that means that Brian Elliott has to keep standing on his head because you also need a really good goalie in the playoffs to make a good push. Your goalie has to pretty much be your MVP.
I agree in many ways.
Maybe not the MVP, but one of your top 3 players. And I don't know if Brian Elliott's that guy. He kind of proved it a little bit in St. Louis. But Ken Hitchcock is such a defensive coach that you can't even, like,
Yeah,
he was getting
totally.
like 14
Different.
shots a game.
Different type of style of game.
Yeah. So we'll see. I like the Flames' chances better, though.
I think if they play each other, I expect the Flames to win, to be honest. I think
Okay.
if they don't play each other, and I'd have to put money on who I think has a better chance of winning the Stanley Cup, I would say it's the Oilers. Because I could never see the Flames winning the Cup this year. It'd be shocking to me. But the Oilers have Connor McDavid. They have the best player in the league, like, at this point right now, he has the most points. If he went to the point where he was just, like, taking over games, you could kind of see that happening. Like, if that happened, it wouldn't be like, this is insane. It'd be like, Connor McDavid, it's his time. He's becoming the next Crosby. They're making the push. I do expect them to maybe have a year where they have to take time to grow and, like, progress
Miss the
and
playoffs.
lose, etc., to, like, become better. But if they did get out of the first round and he was just a beast, I could totally see them making a deep run where they just kind of get that, like, glory vibe and they go on his back. But if they played the Flames, I would expect the Flames to win.
Fair enough. I mean, I definitely got to go with the Oilers, and I think it's because with Calgary, Kyle, you were just talking how you don't even trust them to make the playoffs at this point. So, I mean, if you can't trust the team to make the
That's
playoffs
true.
when they have a 94% chance of winning, how can you not trust them or how can you trust them to win even the first round, right?
Because I don't think the Oilers will win in the first round either.
And maybe they won't. I'm kind of scared about the Oilers' lack of experience. I think Connor McDavid, it's hard in the NHL for one player to make the difference in a
Who would
franchise
catch
as
the-
far as winning a playoff series.
In your mind, who would catch the Oilers and the Flames and make the playoffs?
The only person I think is if LA makes a big push.
Yeah,
And,
that's
I honestly don't
only
think
one.
they will. I don't think LA's making the playoffs this year. I don't think they're going to be able to win out.
They got the guy who you hate, Jerome Iginla.
I don't
Yeah,
hate Jerome.
They got the guy that you're like, why would the Flames ever get that guy?
Because
They
it
got
makes
that
no
guy.
sense.
Yeah, and they got that guy. Why would it make sense for them?
Today, college fans all around the world held their breath as Selection Sunday took place. The 32 teams going to the March Madness basketball tournament were all selected and posted. So, Seth, we're going to start with you. I want to hear what high-ranked team do you think is going to make the deepest push this year?
Okay, one team that I think has a really good chance to make a deep run is Duke. They just won the ACC tournament. They were projected to be a top 5 team at the start of the year, and they kind of fell off. The Grayson Allen thing happened and everything where he was just getting suspended, kicking people, blah, 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 tripping. But they've been red hot recently. They're a number 2 rank, and even though they could have been a number 1, a number 2 rank isn't really a big deal because they're in a pretty weak side of the bracket. In the ACC tournament, this is who they had to go through. They beat Clemson, they beat Louisville, who was ranked number 10 at the time, they beat UNC, who was ranked number 6 at the time, and they beat Notre Dame, who was ranked 22. So they played 3 teams in the top 25, and they beat them. They're getting red hot. Jason Tatum, this freshman that they got who plays the wing, he's their best player now. Like Grayson Allen, I know he's the guy who's known, but this guy's the best player, and this guy's the one who's going in the draft this year, shooting over 45%. So they're the favorite for me. That's the team I really like.
All right, so Seth's going with the Vegas favorite right now, Duke, picking them to win it all. Kyle, what about yourself? Who's your favorite that you think is going to go and win it all this time?
My favorite this season, I kind of just like his dad being in everybody's face. You guys know what I'm getting.
Lonzo!
Yeah, UCLA, they're actually sick. Lonzo is actually a sick
I love
player.
him.
Kyle, I love how you pick favorite players and favorite teams, just by the shenanigans that go on around them. It's the best.
Yeah, I mean, I have no personal connection to the school. I don't give a fuck about them personally.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so yeah, they have Lonzo Ball, who if his dad says he's actually as good as he is, he'll be leading UCLA further than Steph Curry led Davidson in 2008 when I think they went to like the Elite 8 or something.
He's second in the nation in assists. He averages over 15 points per game. He's a star.
Along with Lonzo Ball, they have TJ Leaf, the freshman as well, putting up 16 points, 8 rebounds a game. He's looking like he's going to be a star. Probably going to come out and be in the draft this year. I really liked Oregon before Chris Boucher got hurt.
Yeah, huge hurt.
They were an awesome team.
I feel so bad for them. They had a total shot.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with UCLA based on Lonzo Ball's dad saying that he's better than Steph Curry.
Here's the thing for me at UCLA. I love them. I have a UCLA Kareem Abdul-Jabbar jersey. I'm going to be wearing that in Vegas.
Whoa.
So I'm going to be cheering for them even though I don't expect them to win. Here's the reason why. Their bracket schedule is kind of tough. They start off easy, Kent State, who cares? Then they probably play Wake Forest or Cincinnati. Wake Forest is actually not even a bad team if they end up playing them because they're an ACC team that's actually pretty good. Then after that, they're going to have to play the winner of Wichita State or Kentucky. Wichita State is an unreal mid-major, and then Kentucky is unreal. So if they're playing Kentucky, that's an insanely tough game.
That's a big game, for sure.
And then after that, if they go, they're going to have to play UNC. So they have a really tough bracket area. They could win it all. Like, I could totally see them going hard. I just think, for me, I could totally see them losing to Kentucky. I could totally see them losing to UNC. And I could see them even losing to Wichita State, because those are all big schools, too. I could see them winning, but, I mean, I could see them losing, too. That's just my opinion.
Realistically, they're probably their biggest opponent, so like Kentucky and UNC.
Yes.
They likely won't win. I'm aware of that.
Well, they could.
But like I said, I'm going based on comments because I have no commitment to either school. I really don't care which school wins. I like cool jerseys in college. I like lots of points. This is for football and basketball. Like points, jerseys, cool swag for the teams. Like,
fair enough,
don't
man.
give a fuck where it is.
That's totally fair. Well, I mean, speaking of that, my favorite part of every March Madness is when you see an underdog make a deep push in the tournament. So, Seth, who are you picking as your favorite underdog to make a deep push this year?
All right, I'm going to give you like a medium underdog and then a legitimate underdog. In terms of a medium underdog, I got a team that I think could actually make a serious push deep. They're ranked, I think, number 4 is SMU. This is the first year they've been without Larry Brown, and they don't play in any of the big conferences. Everyone in their starting lineup and the 2 guys that come off their bench are above 6'5". They are all huge. Their starting guards are 6'6" and 6'5". And everybody in their starting lineup is massive. So defensively, they're ranked number, I think, in the top 10 in the country. So they're going to be a handful for any team that they play. And the way their bracket is set up, it's actually a pretty easy way for them to go because as the number 4 seed, they only have to play at start Princeton, and then they get Baylor, who we all know just loses to any.
Such a
So that's an upset.
Fraud
They're about to
Baylor,
play
yeah.
How
Baylor.
are they a 3 seed?
So you know they're beating Baylor,
Mhm.
and then if by chance they move on, they have to play Duke, which would be tough. But they would be a good matchup for Duke because they're a huge team. So like they're in a division with Duke and Villanova, and they get Baylor in the second round. I could totally see them going to Sweet 16. So that's the middle team that I would really respect to make it through.
Mhm.
And then for a lower team, I would watch out for Wichita State. Like, yeah, they have to play Kentucky in the second round, but they have two guards who shoot in the backcourt over 45%. Landry Shamet and Connor Franken. They both shoot over 45% from three. They're both legit. So they could take on any team, and they're experienced. So those are the two teams that I would watch for as my sleepers.
All right, there you go. If you want to win those big money, if you want to win the big money, bet on the underdogs. Kyle, what about you? Who your underdogs you think are going to make a deep push?
As a mid seed, I would go with Michigan.
Yes, dude, they have
They
been
haven't
red
lost
hot.
since they lost by 2 points to Northwestern at the beginning of March.
They just won the Big Ten tournament. They've been
Dude, and
insanely hot.
they were crushing Wisconsin today. I watched the game. They were dominant.
Okay.
Wisconsin couldn't do anything.
I don't really believe in the Big Ten right now because everybody in that
Ohio State's
Wisconsin.
not good.
Okay, Purdue, they won the Big Ten. They're ranked number 4. I could totally see them losing at any point. Like they have a great post game and they have two big fucking dudes. I expect them to lose. They're gonna they lost in the first round of the Big Ten tournament. How can you win your conference tournament and lose in the first round? I understand Kansas also lost in the first round of the tournament, but I still believe in Kansas. But that's one team. If I was someone who's betting, I would not put my money on them, and I would also not put my money on Iowa State. They're a 5 seed. They're gonna lose too. If you're looking for upsets, choose them to lose to Nevada.
All right, there you go. Seth calling out all the fraud teams in the bracket.
I actually might bet on Michigan to win the whole thing.
The whole thing.
Everything, eh? Nice.
Okay, well, good odds, man.
That's bold. That's bold. I like
That's
it.
bold. I like it.
Even though if the first NFL snap of the season is over 6 months away, free agency has been heating up lately. Story of the week, Cleveland Browns and their ridiculous moves. Kyle, take me through it. What do you think of Cleveland's trades this week?
Well, I know Steph seems to think that Hugh Jackson's going to turn the Browns around for some fucking
I
reason.
honestly think they're gonna be better.
Dude, they're the fucking Browns. Their owner literally messes with the team, tells the coach who to start and shit. They had that many draft picks the year before when they traded.
You're right that they are the Browns. I just want to say here are the draft picks they have coming up in the next 2 years. So this year, 2017, they have a first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and a sixth. Then in 2018, they've got a first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. So they've got 11 picks in each of the next 2 drafts.
Okay.
I mean,
In 2015, these players who should all be relevant, they had 2 first-round picks, a second-round pick, 2 thirds, 2 fourths, 3 sixths, 2 sevenths, and Danny Shelton's the only player who's maybe even on the team still. Literally, Duke Johnson. No one else. So they can't draft. The owner fucking messes with the football operations.
Okay, well
They are the most dysfunctional
Hugh Jackson,
sports organization.
This is the first. Let's give him a break first off quickly. This is the first time that the
No
new
breaks
regime,
given.
This is the first time that the new regime is in. So Hugh Jackson and his guys have only been able to make decisions for one draft. So you have to give it an opportunity to progress to see what happens in this new regime.
I agree. I think you need a couple years to turn
So
the team
far,
around.
last year, did they do anything wrong last year? Everything they did last year is exactly what you wanted. They sucked. They got the first overall pick. They fucking did nothing.
So last
They
year,
traded away shitty players.
Yeah.
They're
last year in
What
their
else do you
first
want?
year, Hugh Jackson's first year,
Mhm.
they picked up Corey Coleman, who was hurt for half the season.
Okay,
how's that his
they
fault,
he's
though?
good. We can
He's
all
good,
agree
he's good,
that.
he's
Yeah,
good,
that
he's
was
good,
good.
he's
Yeah.
good.
Corey Coleman's good.
He's good.
It's not his fault.
I'm just
he's hurt.
saying he was hurt for. Yes, it is.
It's not too. It's
It's
Hugh
his
Jackson.
fault if he gets hurt. Not Hugh Jackson's fault.
Yeah, it's not
Coleman's
Hugh
fault.
Jackson.
I also
What? I don't think it's
his
Corey
fault.
Coleman's
That's
fault either.
That's what.
What? It's not
You're
your fault to
blaming
get
players
hurt.
for injury now. You
That's-
tore your UCL. That's your fucking fault.
You can't blame a player
you
for
know
that,
that's too
man.
harsh.
That is
A
too
little
harsh.
bit.
You can't blame anybody for that.
Okay. Anyways,
Someone concusses you. You're fucking
Yeah,
fault.
fucking idiot.
who else? There's no one else from this draft that stood out this year. Cody Kessler got 3 concussions this season, and they had 1, 2, 3, 4. they had like 13 draft picks last year, and made like 2 good picks.
13 draft picks last year.
1 first, 1 second, 3 thirds, 4 fourths, 5 fifths, and a 7th.
Okay, well, all I can say to that is, like, those picks, let's be real. It's not like all the time the picks that you have in the 3rd and 4th rounds pay off as stars that year as rookies. Like, usually those picks usually take a year.
Lots
or
of
two to
times
develop.
you see players making an impact.
On
At
winning
least.
teams. On winning teams that are already established. For you to make an impact, like, this is a culture change. So we're not going to see studs like that make it, like, an improvement to a shitty team when they're coming. This is going to take time for them. So I'm not going to expect some, like, 3 third-round rookies to come in and just be, like, studs on a team that's shit. Like, maybe on a team that's good and you get 1 third-round rookie who comes in and he's doing a specific role that's kind of easier, like, yeah, then he can stud it up. But, like, I'm not going to hold it to him. They made unreal signings on the O-line. They got JT Treader from Green Bay. They got Kevin Zettler from Cincinnati. They kept Joel Petit. How do you say his name? Botanino? I don't even know how to say it.
I have no idea.
We're gonna go with Botanino.
Either way, they have a sick O-line now. They have all these draft picks. Like, I don't know what else you want from them. Give them some time to breathe.
And then the thing is, too, with the
They got
NFL
Jamie Collins.
with the NFL draft, I mean, unless you're going to be drafting a quarterback who's just a complete all-star stud, it's almost impossible for a rookie to come in and just completely change an organization.
They're going to get Myles Garrett. They got Brock Osweiler for the 2nd pick. They're using that cap space money to trade him somewhere else or to take him on the roster. Like, isn't that the good thing to do, to use your money to at least benefit yourself?
This has been the saddest 5 minutes in sports. We've been talking about the Cleveland Browns.
Hey man, I watch other sports shows. They talk about Cleveland all the time. What it is, I love.
What
talking
is it about Cleveland?
It's something
I
about
don't
just
know
the
about
loser, man.
Cleveland.
It's something about the loser who's just that bad. I mean, remember when Chicago was going to be the Lions were going to be 0-16, and they were?
Yeah.
Everyone was talking about the Lions all the time. People love to talk about a loser. It's all about piling on. All right, well, let's move on from the Cleveland Browns. Tony Romo. This guy, nobody knows what's going on with his future. Look into your crystal ball. Seth, where's this guy ending up next year?
It seems like he's either going to Houston or the Broncos. I've heard great arguments for him going either side. You know, at first a lot of people have made it seem that it's like a no-brainer for him to go to Denver, and other people have made it seem like it's a no-brainer for Houston. And I get both cases where in Houston he gets an easier path, weaker division, but I get the situation where people think Houston's just like a joke organization in a sense, because like, still
kind
fucking
of are.
Houston, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
They paid Brock Osweiler over $100 million.
Without even like meeting with him in person first. So it's like,
I mean, maybe Tony Romo will just go and get paid by them too then. I mean, if they're paying Brock Osweiler that much.
I don't really know what he's gonna do. I'm excited to see what he does because I actually think he'll make a difference wherever he goes. And thing is, if he goes to the Broncos, even though they have a history of kind of like working with little quarterbacks, Peyton worked out there, they could protect him. I don't know if they gave up a lot of sacks last year. It'd be tough for me to see them keeping Romo super healthy.
I just know that wherever Tony Romo goes, he's going to make some team better, like you said. He's going to go be a quarterback for some team that doesn't currently have one.
Like, let's be real, the quarterback situation in the NFL is shit.
All right, I'm giving a preemptive RIP to Tony Romo.
Oh,
He's going to
no.
play 2 games, get hurt, come back week 14, and maybe help someone's fantasy team. That's going to be his value in 2017.
If he gets hurt,
RIP.
if he gets hurt, that's on the organization that picks him up, because if you're picking him up, you have to be prepared to ensure that you have the ability to keep him healthy.
And
because otherwise it's not going to be possible.
Otherwise, what's the point?
I mean,
That's why
honestly,
you have to have a Dallas situation where the O-line is great,
Yeah.
or you can run the ball properly and you know how to deal with this, and you have a good staff.
really, if a smart organization is going to be signing Tony Romo, they can't sign him and expect him to play for the next 5 years.
No,
they can
it's
just sign
1
him to
year.
come in and teach whoever their rookie quarterback is right now, or whoever that quarterback who isn't quite good enough to start is right now.
Is that even
Train
a
him up.
thing in the NFL?
You
Do
I think
people
it is, man.
actually
I
do
think
that?
I think it is. I think it.
Think
at
about
least you
the
can learn from
Broncos
him.
when they
Yeah.
won the Super Bowl. You had
But, like-
Payne play 4 games. He got kind of hurt. Then you had Brock play 4, and then Payne. If Tony plays 12 games for a good team, that's enough. You don't need him to
That's all
play
you
like,
need from Tony. Yeah.
right. Like
12's a lot of games from
12 would be a lot.
He is brittle.
But like,
Be gentle.
Straight up, yeah.
Be gentle.
Give him a bye week every week. He just plays every second.
Every
game.
second week,
Yeah, every
Tony
second
gets
week.
off.
There you go. We're
Flying
changing the
to the
NFL.
Changing the NFL one step at a time.
Yeah. There you go.
All right. Well, who's your guys' favorite running back out there right now? Because I've been looking at these running backs, and just like there's like 6 guys who have had fantasy relevance and fantasy impacts in the last 2 seasons, and I'm not talking their actual team, I'm talking fantasy. They're good players.
Mhm.
As a Seattle fan, I'm pretty excited about Adrian Peterson out there. I think he'd be a good fit in Seattle.
You know
I think they need somebody like him who just runs downhill and is a power runner.
You know how we've been saying that running backs are back? I've realized that they're too back. There's too many running backs that are back. There's all these good running backs that are free agents and they're backs. And then look at the draft. It's all good running backs. And you know what's happening? Running backs are back so much that they're just devaluing themselves. Because why would you go sign a running back right now before the draft happens? What if one of these stud running backs in the draft falls to you? Fuck. There's like literally so many, and then there's so many free agents. They're too back. They're too back.
That's a good way to put it. They're too bad.
It is. It's a flooded market.
The top 3 running backs coming out of the draft this year, I would rather have any of them over
Leonard
free
Fournette,
agents.
Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook. You'd rather have them than these free agents.
Then I'd rather have them than Eddie Lacy, Jamal Charles, LeGarrette Blount,
I would tell you right now, Eddie
D'Angelo
Lacy.
Williams.
Eddie Lacy's not a top running back free agent.
Uh,
He's a value pickup.
NFL.com.
NFL.com doesn't know what the hell they're
Yeah,
talking about.
they're the NFL, dude. He's the number 2 running back available.
By the way, Eddie Lacy news today. Some intern at some sports website was on the ball. Eddie Lacy unfollowed the Packers on Instagram and followed the Vikings. So perhaps some big news
I
there.
fucking hate that shit when people make a big deal about someone like. And the funniest thing is, can't remember who it was. Someone like tweeted late night or like made a video late night that they were like getting traded, and then it never happened.
Really, eh?
It was Jimmy Garoppolo posted on Instagram a
That's
photo,
what it was.
and then he said his account was hacked though.
Bullshit.
Oh, okay, yeah, bullshit. Keeping it going with some more NFL here. Not everyone's still a free agent. We have had some signings go down. I'm going to give you 3 players, and you're going to tell me which team got the best deal and which player got the best deal. So we got the Eagles signing Alshon Jeffrey to 1 year at $9.5 million. Buccaneers signed Deshaun Jackson for a 3-year, $33.5 million deal. And the New York Giants signed Brandon Marshall for a 2-year, $11 million deal. Kyle, which one of these teams got the best deal here?
The team that got the best deal, easily the New York Giants. You get Brandon Marshall at a nice discount, playing alongside Odell Beckham and Sterling Shepard on the inside. Watch out next season for that offense.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you there. I mean, that's also the contract with the smallest amount guaranteed at only $5 million guaranteed. Now, which player got the best deal on these contracts?
Easily Deshaun Jackson. Easily.
He got the most
I don't-
security.
Mm-hmm.
How does he get so much security? The Bucks are stupid.
He's only getting a $7 million a year, which is like pretty average. Like you
It's
compare-
11.1
yeah, $7
per
million
year.
guaranteed though. $7 million guaranteed.
Yeah, so
like,
$20 million guaranteed total. Yeah.
Yeah, even Pierre Garçon, like with the 49ers, he's getting around $5 million guaranteed, and he's over 30. That's the perfect fit for them, Deshaun Jackson. That is the absolute perfect fit for them across Mike Evans. Mike Evans is a beast. What do you need? Someone who goes with a beast, a deep threat. So then, if you play Mike Evans on double coverage, Deshaun's going over the top. He's going to be an excellent fit there. I think he's going to have a great year next year. I think Mike Evans will have a great year. Brandon Marshall, it's a good one as well. But I think the best one is the Eagles. That's the perfect fit. Alshon's also going to be motivated to play super hard for 1 year because he wants that big contract next year. They're going to have someone who's going to go hard and go beast in. He's going to be going all out for that massive contract. He's not going to bitch around with his fucking nagging injuries as always.
God,
I
I
think
hope
he's
so.
going to go hard. And they only have him for 1 year, so he's going to be motivated. Obviously, it's not great in the sense for them that next year they're going to have to worry about that issue again. But I still think that's the best signing.
I'm gonna go with Eagles. They got the best deal there. Alshon Jeffrey for 1 year at $9.5 million. I think he's absolutely worth that. He, like you said, Steph, he will be playing hard to earn that money.
He's the best player of the 3 as well.
Absolutely. Kyle, I gotta agree with you. Best player deal is Deshaun Jackson. I think the Buccaneers are overpaying for him. He will be a good fit there. I just think they paid a little bit more than maybe they had to for him. I don't know if he's getting that money elsewhere.
From this year's crop of free agent signees so far, who would you guys rather be? Mike Glennon going from Tampa Bay to Chicago to become the starting quarterback. Dude's getting paid. Or
$15 million.
would you rather be Martellus Bennett going to Green Bay? Another good quarterback spot for the dude. Just living life on easy street.
3 years, $21 million contract. He's getting as much money as Deshaun Jackson.
Who would you
Can I
guys
say that?
who would you guys rather be?
Oh, me right now? It's a good question. You know what? Give me Marty B. I already won a ring. I'm just chilling. I got like the best quarterback. Have another chance to win another ring. Yeah, I'm not making as much money as Mike Glennon, but like I don't have to be ripped on. Mike Glennon is about to be ripped on all year.
Give me Mike Glennon. I'm a face man. I want to be out there leading the team. Come on now. I want to be back there throwing the passes, starting quarterback in the NFL. I mean, sure, Martellus Bennett, he's pretty famous for a D
for 5
lineman.
games, maybe.
No, I mean, I don't know. I gotta have confidence in myself, right? You don't make it there without believing in yourself. I think Mike Glennon's gonna be he's gonna do good. Yeah, I'd way rather be the QB than the guy who's getting his head pounded in every play.
He plays in Chicago, and he will have his head run in anyways.
That's true, actually. That's a really good point. You're right. I do have to live in Chicago. Time for the final game of the week. We're playing RIP. I've got 3 quarterbacks for you, too, this week. We've got Brock Osweiler, just got traded to Cleveland. There's talk that they might even just release him and just pay him to not play. We got RG3, who was also cut by Cleveland. And we've got Jay Cutler, that was just released by the Bears and replaced by my spirit animal, Mike Glennon. All right, so Kyle, we're going to start with you. Which one of these guys is the most dead and done?
RG3, by far. The guy used to be the face of, like, cereal brands. Like, he was huge for, like, 2 years. He had one good year when he won the Heisman and his rookie year. Since then, he's shit. He's done.
Unfortunately, I think Kyle's right that RG3 is the one who's going to get the least chance. Which I don't think is right. He won the Heisman. He's young. Yeah, he's been brittle, but, like, he was Cleveland last year. Obviously, he's going to fucking suck. And, like, honestly, I think, like, he's the one who's most RIP. But if there's any guy that I would be, like, in the long term who's most likely to work out, it would be him of these 3. Because, like, Jay Cutler don't give a fuck. Some team's going to probably sign him even though he fucking sucks. They'll be like, oh, it's Jay Cutler. He's got to go around. He'll get fucking signed. Somehow Brock Osweiler fucking still gets signed. So, like, they're probably not going to die. So I agree. It's RG3, but I hate that I agree. I don't believe in it, but I agree.
Fair enough. I mean, you can't have brittle bones in the NFL, unfortunately. And, I mean, that's what RG3's problem is.
Drink your milk, kids.
Brock Osweiler's got a brittle freaking ego.
We're just about coming to a close here, so as always, here's Kyle with your weekly rundown for the things we didn't have time to talk about today. Kyle?
National champion Vince Young joins Rider Nation this season.
I'm excited. I can't wait to see it. I think it's good for the CFL and it's good for fans.
I'm watching at least 3 games.
Floyd Money Mayweather says he's coming out of retirement to fight Conor.
When was this guy retired? I mean,
I actually don't know.
World Baseball Classic. The Dominican Republic have been crushing everybody. They look like they're going to win, led by our boy Jose Bautista. Meanwhile, Canada's shot is sinking away.
I'm honestly just really liking that these games are on literally all the time. I'm like watching games at work.
Cavaliers have lost 5 of 8. You could probably make that 6 of 9 after tonight.
Wake me up when playoffs start.
They're still going to be the team getting out of the East.
Golden State, same deal, 5 of 8.
They could actually be in trouble.
And Russell Westbrook is 9 triple-doubles away from tying Oscar Robinson for the all-time record.
I honestly still don't think he's the MVP unless they win 50 games.
There's a weekly rundown. So, boys, I know, Seth, you're stoked for Vegas this week.
I'm going to Vegas on Thursday, so like it's supposed to be like 30, like pretty much the whole 4 days. So I'm gonna just be heated.
I'm gonna give you like $50 to put down on something for me.
Give it to me.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Man, put some March Madness money down. Put $50
It has to be.
down.
It has to be an American cash.
I'll give you
Ooh,
American cash,
I got American
but I'll
cash.
text you something. Like this week when you're there, I'll be like, okay, this is the game or whatever.
Okay, well, like it
Or
has
maybe-
to obviously be at the time where like I'll text you
When
probably
you're
when
going
I'm
to-
going
yeah,
to.
do
but
that.
I'll give you a quick rundown. There's 7 of us going. One of our homies actually bailed on us. Shouts out to you, Stefan. You asshole. So there's 7 of us. We're going out every single night, and like we pre-planned it, so it's like you got a table or VIP or whatever, ball. You pay a bit more or whatever, but it seems like you end up paying pretty much around the same. Paid like I think like $1,000. So it's like 3 nights, so like 3 something each. But then you get like 2 bottles each night or something, and that's a pool party included.
Oh, there you go.
And then I'm gonna be bringing I'm gonna be out like planning to gamble a shit ton. Like I get paid the day I leave, and I'm taking that paycheck and I'm just taking it all in cash. And
That's deadly,
That's
man.
awesome.
So what's the game of choice for Seth? What do you play at the casino?
Obviously, I'm gonna play blackjack.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play Texas Hold'em a little bit. Like, gotta play a little bit of poker.
Yeah, you have to.
Have to.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't even know how to fucking play like craps.
Dude,
but I
you
wanna
gotta
play
learn craps. You
I
gotta
gotta
learn
learn
it.
craps, right? That's
Man.
what I was thinking.
Me and Kyle love
Really
craps.
obvious,
We play it all the time, me and Kyle.
I gotta learn that because like it just looks fun as fuck.
Man, I'll
Yeah,
tell you right now,
there you
for poker in Vegas, do the tournaments. Don't go and try to play a cash game or anything, because there's some whales down there.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably don't make enough to keep up in cash games, but go play tournaments
Probably
like
not.
$60 to $80 American for a tournament.
How long
and,
does
like,
a tournament last?
Usually about, if you win, 3 hours. If you lose, could be like 20 minutes could be 45.
3 hours is actually not even that
It's
long.
they're like
That's
they try to
reasonable.
push you in and out the door, man. Like they're
That
power
makes
tournaments.
Well, they want to get the next game going.
Yeah,
Next
like
tournament.
I think the longest you'd possibly be there would be like 5 hours. And they'd be like, get the fuck out.
I'm
Someone take
not
mine.
expecting to win any money, but if I just even want a
Wow.
little bit of money,
go in there with a positive attitude.
no,
Yeah,
I think
come on,
the
man.
opposite.
Positive
So
thinking.
then when I win, it's like I'm happy.
Really? I don't know, man. I think you gotta go with positive energy.
Expecting to win money in Vegas.
Yeah, you gotta go expect to roll roll those sixes.
We were talking about how much money we were bringing. I don't know if I want to put this person to shame, even though no one really listens to this podcast.
Yeah, it'll be like someone will find it in the archives
I
one
just
day.
won't say his name, but he'll know himself when he listens to it.
Mhm.
He's like, how much money is everyone planning on bringing? Just a general vibe, right? And like, no one, I don't mind sharing. I was like, I'll probably bring in like 1,300, 1,400, like
Seems fair for a Vegas
maybe it'll
trip.
probably end up being like 12. It's like 6, probably like actually after conversion only like 12. But anyways, Camp says whatever. Then Steve's like, and this makes Steve sound like a baller, so I'll say Steve's name. Fuck it, Steve, you get hurt out. Steve's like, "Whoa, I was thinking like 2K." And then the guy that I'm mentioning, he was like, I was thinking between like 3 to 5, and I'm like, we're there for like 3.5 days. Like, what are you gonna eat? You're gonna eat it for at least $30 a day, like. So that literally gives you like $200 to spend on like booze.
3 to 5 grand.
$300 to $500.
Yeah, $100.
$100.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's something you would bring. That's something you would do. And I would be like, Kyle.
Just standing
even Kyle
aside
would bring
watching
more
him
money
gamble.
than that.
If I'm
Kyle.
going to Vegas, I would be on Steve's level.
like,
Yeah, you gotta
bring
bring
like
you gotta
2
ball out
grand.
in Vegas.
And,
Absolutely.
like half it's probably for gambling.
Like
Yeah.
we've already paid for the tables and stuff, so everything we bring is just
Oh,
like
that's true. That's on top.
after the
yeah,
like,
exactly. But like that's cash that you're gonna.
That's
want.
straight cash, exactly. So I was
But
like,
honestly, if I went to Vegas, I'd probably buy a lot of liquor and like store it in the room.
Oh, for sure,
I'm
that's what we're
assuming you
doing.
guys will be doing that
Yeah.
and like pre-drinking heavy before
yes.
the club.
And then at the club, each club we get 2 bottles minimum, and there's 7 of us. So I don't know, like that's a decent
That's a
decent
pretty
amount
good
to
deal.
start, and then
Mhm.
obviously we're dropping dough.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
we're
I
gonna
mean,
be praying hard.
here's your pro drinking tip if you really want to get fucked up for the club. If you go play a poker tournament, during poker tournament, it's like unlimited drink service for that.
Oh, yeah.
Free drinks. So, I mean, you can get pretty
anytime
liquored
you're
up playing
gambling,
poker.
it's unlimited drinking. So if you're in the
Mhm.
sports places and
Yeah.
you're gambling, they're giving you drinks for free. So like, I'm gonna be liquored up all fucking week. You know, like it's gonna be fucking sick.
Kyle, you got anything exciting going on?
don't got much shit going on.
Just midterms and
Just
midterms? Or?
midterms and midterms.
There you go. But that's been us at 51st Parallel. Thanks for listening to another week, and we'll see you next Sunday.
Peace out.
Later.